evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting to the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. Let's start. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. Did I say Raphael? I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. Brain fog, guys. Oh, darling! She's starting. Did you hear that little woo? Here she comes. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, oops, Lady Direwolf, HUI, and Ra, to give us two answers tonight and help us to form this healing circle of light, where we are all protected and we are all receiving healing. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Let the healing circle of light begin. Amen. So somebody, a dear client of mine in Japan, had messages that they were worried because there's intel going out that China's going to invade Taiwan, and it's been going on for a while. And I've covered this before, where I've said that I don't feel that's the case. I've talked about before that I've got an ex-girlfriend over there, and her dad was as high up in politics in Taiwan. He's one of the high top ones, and I'm still in touch with her now and then. She's on my messenger, and Taiwan and China is like that, guys. They need each other. There's a lot of trade goes on. I don't believe for 1 minute that's happening. I've always felt that if any problems were going to take off, it was going to be Hong Kong, which I feel there was a great cover-up with the Brexit thing. But I will look into that as well. And that's what the mainstream media is pushing as well, that's going to happen. But I just feel there's a lot of black swan events are going to happen. I don't feel it. Do you agree too, Lance? China isn't going to pick that fight, but doesn't mean they will not be nasty and terrorise them. This is true. But I think there's more going on than meets the eye. Okie dokie, let's start. And of course the terrible twins are waking up now. So they'll probably just run around. If you hear, excuse me, if you hear like banging and rustling around. They're actually kickboxing each other now on the cushion. They're waking up. China needs the US too, and then Taiwan is, yeah, US ally, yes. Well, mainstream media will do that, won't they? Okie dokie. Would you like to say hello to Zala? Come here, baby. Come to mama. Let's, little baby. Right, that's Nala, Mummy's cat. She's still sleepy. Has your sister been punching you? She's been naughty. Say hi. No, Mummy. They're still waking up. The other one's just ran off with her little cushion. She's the one's being a little bit... She's got her clothes out like that. Like that. Sharpening them. Right, okay. I've left the door a bit ajar so they can run around. I know. It looks like she's wearing a woolly jumper, doesn't it? Like a stripy jumper. I'll get the other one and quickly show you. Come here, little messy monkey. Say hi to the ladies and gentlemen. No? Your mummy's girl. Say hi. Say hi, Zella. No, you're being shy. She normally stares. She normally stares, don't you? She stares at people when I'm doing their readings. Are you mummy's girly? Are you mummy's little girly? She said, Mummy, let us down. Right, there you go. Right, you've seen them. Okay. She just woke up, yeah. So I'll just let them run. I've just left the doors open so they can just run around. Adam's in bed. So they've got the free run of the whole stairs and landing in the lounge and in here. Okay. Right. Timelines, guys. What the blinking heck is going on? I'm going to discuss this, right? We've got I've talked about the Mandela effect before. We've got an ex-footballer over here and he's called Gaza, Paul Gascoigne. He's a Geordie footballer. We're all into football over here in the UK. And he was on the news. He was somewhere down, I don't know if it was Brighton or somewhere down south. And you had met Prince William, and Prince William shook his hand, and Gaza, being Gaza, had went to kiss him on his cheek and patted his back. That's Gaza, right? And William was smiling and that, because he's just like his mother, Prince William. And I thought, that is strange. I felt strange. It didn't even look like Gaza. Then my friend messaged us on Messenger, and she said, can you remember a couple of years ago when it was in the news that Gaza had passed away? And she says, because I remember it, my friend remembers it, but my other friends don't. And I goes, do you know what it is? I do remember. Now, I don't know if there's any Brits in the audience tonight where it was on the news and he had passed away, and I'm thinking, that's strange. That is really, really strange. So is that like a Mandela effect? Is there something going on with time? And I just thought I would mention that. So apparently he's alive and he's been on the television. But I am convinced that I've seen that in the headlines a few years ago. No, that would have been George Best there, Franco. So anyway, I just thought, what we need to watch for glitches coming in here. Okay, Paul Gascoigne. He did have a drinks problem, but I'm sure something happened to him and it was all over the news and that. But then apparently he's still alive. So is any of that happening to you guys? Same thing with Bob Barker. Who's that? Bob Barker? Try to say that quick. Bob Barker. Very strange. So we need to watch for things like that, and it's called the Mandela effect. So I've seen a line and it's going all the way through this crystal ball, and it's definitely to do with time is speeding up, as you know. We are ascending, we are changing the timelines. We are definitely changing something here. There's something shifting on this planet. But I also feel that I've always said that there's no such thing as linear time. So I've talked about this before, where I'm talking to you now and you're in the States. So I'm talking to you from the future. Or somebody in this forum who's in Australia, they'll be in our future. Because numbers placed, everything in this world is created by numbers, from the banking system to our weight, to our birth dates, to money. Basically, everything is connected with numbers. So if you start to ascend and come out of the number system and you start to feel things differently, then glitches start to happen. I thought that too, Circa. Isn't that strange? I know. Well, somebody's just put here, David Bowie's passed away. I thought he was still alive. I was convinced I seen something the other day when he was in the news. Very, very strange. So we just need to watch for these glitches, but I'm feeling this could be affecting everything to do with global news, what's coming out. And remember when I was channeling, was it somebody from the future? I've done a few bits of channeling and I've talked about changes are happening with the time changes, right? Everything's like changing at the moment. It's forgot my train of thought there. It's numbers and time is no such thing. Everything is, there's glitches happening now. Definitely like glitches happening. So we just need to understand that what we are going to experience the people that I was channeling and the beings that I was channeling were saying that everything what's happening now is not in real time. So I'm wondering if we are stuck in the past, like that being that said that we should be a lot more far advanced in the future than we think we are. If you don't know what I'm going on about, it was the last feed that I did last Sunday, wasn't it? So I was talking about that we are stuck in, we've been frozen in time, and it's all been to do about greed and money. So really we should be, the being said that we should be in something like 5026 or 5028, didn't he? He said something like that. So I feel very, very strongly that maybe everything what's happening now on global news, who's to say that it's not in real time? All right, so I might have to pull some cards out tonight. But I am getting a weird energy when I look into this crystal ball tonight. And I'm being given manipulation of time. But we are ascending that much. We are also going to help to balance this out, to bring everything to the forefront. So what we've got to do, which is very, very important, is not to get caught up in this political divide. Because when you get caught up in the political divide, it lowers the vibration. It lowers the vibration and it doesn't help. And I'm not saying that we're going to be all in woo-woo clouds, but it's good to have information, but at the same time understand that the information that's being put out may not be in real time. Does that make sense? There's glitches in the matrix, as Teddy said. Oh yeah, I'm in the menopause there, Wanda. That's what the brain fog is. So we're feeding the loosh and it's going to get so heavy, especially to do with what's happening in the United States of America. All right. Somebody had emailed me over the weekend and said, do you think that 45 will run again in the next election? And I actually do feel he will. There is different timelines, but I'm not saying he's going to win, but it's saying that he will get into run. It's possible. But I'll be pulling cards out on that as well. There was something about they were trying to stop him, weren't they? They were trying to stop him. And was it this something amendment or something they were trying to... There's something he's going to use. And I see a lot of frustration in court. New Mexico governor has gone Nazi rogue. Oh, aye. So all this left and right stuff is basically, it's the trap. It's the entrapment. Yeah, the First Amendment. Actually, no, it's the 14th. I was getting the 14th as well. I was getting the 14th. So Cheryl's put here, if he's going to run, he's going to win. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, Cheryl. But I will look into it. Because I'm going on what I get. And like I say, I just think that I piss a lot of people off. I basically piss a lot of people off. It's because I'm not saying it to take a side. It's just what I'm going with, what my guides are getting is. But what my guides have been given is, over the last 2 to 3 days, is that we haven't got to get caught up in this. Do you see what I mean? We have not got to get caught up in this. That's more like it, their Star Moon Stars. They may not let him win. Oh, I do piss a lot of people off, Lance. And it's hard when you're an empath, and I'm an empath. But I've got to the stage now where I just see my visions, and what happens. There is a timeline where he could get back in, but I don't know if he's going to do the full lot. But the feeling I'm getting at the minute is there's too much on him, and I think he'll run again. I do feel he'll run again, unless something awful happens to him. There's a very good chance that he could get back in, but my instincts are telling us tonight is no. So I will be pulling cards out on it. But like I say, timelines are changing all the time. But every time I talk about this man, it's like, this is what I need, a cigarette. I feel my blood pressure going up because I can feel yous on both sides, and it's so awful. It's like you've got one side saying, well, you're not awake if you don't believe in him. And I'll not go down that trap because I'm not either side. And then you've got one side saying, well, how can you like him? I just go on what I get. Do you know what I mean? And my guides are saying that you have to uplift your viewers to understand, to look from bird's eye view, that there's a bigger picture to this. People have gone crazy, and they will go crazier if he doesn't get back in. They will go crazier. So what we need to do is we need to see, there's been so much misinformation what's been put out there over the last couple of years with all this intel stuff and stuff like that. So what we need to do is we need to understand that we've always given our power away to the politics, and that's why the world's in a mess, basically. So we need to look at within us and heal us, and that raises the vibration across the planet. Does that make sense? This country alone, my home country, is in such a mess, and you know, them idiots what's in Parliament, the people didn't vote them in. You know, we didn't vote Rishi Sunak in. And I think it's going to get far worse, you know, and I'm concerned. I need to look into the fuel over the winter, what could happen. You know, I believe we've got the budget coming up. So all we've got to do is we need to pray and understand that there's a bigger force out there. But the guides what are coming in are saying that what is needed for this earth, with these two polarized political sides in the USA, isn't going to help Earth, isn't going to help humanity. Isn't. And it's spiraled out of control, and the only way is for this is to change into, completely change it and start again. So there's a possibility that the whole thing could bloody break down. There's a very strong possibility. But tonight I seen a glimpse that he could run. He could run. So that's good for the MAGAs and that, and for the Republicans. But what I'm saying to you is, I'm not saying that he's going to get in. Does that make sense? But as long as this energy is going on in the US, it's never going to heal. It's never going to heal. And people think on the right that if Trump gets back in, that it's going to be all hunky-dory and it's going to heal. No, it's not. It's not. It's just going to carry on. You know, that is my take on it, and this is what my guides have been telling us, what Archangel Michael's been telling us, and he's been giving it really, really strong. So we need to stop looking on the outside of it, and we need to start looking on the inside. I'm right, aren't I, Cindy? Yeah. Well, my guides are right. I'm just passing on the information. Right? We need to start looking on the inside, which is very, very important. And that's why I've been a bit quiet on YouTube, because I'm just watching it slowly unfold. And like I say, sometimes it can get very repetitive, but I'm due to put something out very, very soon. You know, I don't think Biden's any good either. I think that the whole lot needs to be wiped away and it needs to be started again. Tea is already running. So I think that it's going to be interesting, but it's going to get very, very toxic. I still think there's a twist in the end, yes. But I don't feel it's going to end for Trump the way people think it's going to end. Even if he gets back in. Even if he gets back in. You need a new energy. And what people have done over the last 2 to 3 years is they've looked at the intel, they've looked at it, and they've wound themselves up. Instead of looking within themselves. Right? Because when the shit hits the fan, then a lot of these people are just going to go into complete meltdown. That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's the same with, like, if we have power. This is what's more important, you know, is like, I'm here to help you all. But we need to start prepping. We need to stop getting caught up in all this drama, because we need to think ahead of what sociopaths think like. So we need to prep. I talked about this in my last feed as well last Sunday. We need to prep. We need to not panic. Be prepared if anything goes down that you'll be all right. And it would only be for a few days anyway, or I hope it's no more than a few days. Do you know what I mean? But there's a very strong possibility. What I do know is that we're coming into New Earth and there's big changes. That's interesting, Maggie. Will there even be a US 2024 election? I'll look into it tonight. Maybe if Trump does get in, he can make the changes needed to set back. It's possible he's playing his part, Sherry. That I do agree with. But like I've always said, he's a matrix breaker. He's not a Gaia fixer. And the beings that I'm channeling are telling me that he's not the one to solve all the problems in America. Interesting, Teddy. Oh yes, the new vice president. Very interesting. Right, so let's get back to the crystal ball, and they're just ripping up my grasses in there. I've got some beautiful grasses. I can hear them. They're clawing at them. I've got them in a lovely basket, and I put little lights on them, and they're running around with them with their teeth. I can just hear them. Okay. I've got the catnip. I bought them some more toys today with catnip. They're babies. They're just playing. So let's have a look. Right. Okay. So I want to say that we need to prepare and understand that there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff happening on this planet over the next 6 months to a year. Okay? I've never felt so strongly that we could have blackouts. And I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling that this happened in the UK before we went into the EU. Now we've come out of Brexit. There's a lot of strange stuff happening. I definitely feel that there's going to be problems with the US dollar. A lot of events what's going to take place over the next 6 months to a year. Remember, I visualize and I remote view. What's that guy called? Is it Chris Christie or something? I've just seen his face pop out of that crystal ball there. So he's going to come on to the head, like the headlines. Obviously Vivek's in there a lot as well, but I don't like that guy. There's something very, I can't put my finger on it. I don't like Vivek. I know a lot of people like Vivek, but I'm not keen on him. He seems a bit unhinged. He's very off, isn't he? He's sneaky, yes. Very, very sneaky. But anyway, I don't think he's got good chances, Vivek. I thought he did. He's going to be a lot in the limelight running up to things, but no. It's funny because I get a horrible energy. So I'm looking at Trump is not his face, is the word Trump. And it went through the crystal ball, right? Through the crystal ball in black writing. And then I seen like a black biro, like a big black marker, and it was marking it out. So maybe there's a big twist with everything with that. I still feel that the twist could be a woman. There is still a woman here who could come into play or who could stand in the White House. I'm still sticking to that. Okie dokie. But I personally think, and that if I get more into this, that they need to wipe the whole lot away and start again. The system's just diseased. I think there's a timeline that Trump will run in. But then there's a break in the road, guys. That's what I'm seeing tonight. There's a break in the road. But like I said, I take you through this week by week. And like energies are changing all the time. And we can change this by keeping myself uplifted and not feeding into it. Yes, star, moon, stars. US voting is so corrupt and decayed. I think it's the case over here as well, to be fair. It's the younger generation what's going to sort out the US, you know, and I'm still sticking to this. Get something about the steel industry. Lots of steel and metal. And I don't know if it's going to... And I'm seeing Putin's face. And it's something what... I see the dollar. The dollar's coming through with a black mark through it. So there's definitely something about
money changing here. I see some big industries going down, but then I also see different industries joining in and forming new industries. It's the fight of the fittest, 2020, end of 23, definitely 24, 25. It's the fight of the fittest. Hiya, Katmana. Okay. Something about the steel industry. I want you to remember that. Or it looks like a big steel building. It's really weird. Metal building. Elon Musk's coming into this crystal ball tonight. I know there was been something about satellites, hasn't it, to do with Ukraine? It's like chess, guys. It's like there's something going on that we do not know. And it's all this new energy to come in. And I want to say tonight, Elon Musk's not who you think he is. And that's coming through very, very strong. Raging red over Sahara Desert. Raging red. What takes place in the east will affect the other east, Russia. But I also feel I can see Putin shaking hands with an Arab man or an Asian man in uproars in the USA about it. Round about the time there's going to be some big news to do with Zelensky. Very odd. I keep going back to that man who was supposed to have died, who was the leader of the Wagner. Very odd. There's a lot of psyops taking place. But all of that hasn't stopped. It's still going on. What he was running, it's still going on. Keep getting Africa, Sudan, problems to arise. And I see lots of people trying to get out. Boats, problems, or it's happening at the same time. Lots of refugees are trying to get out of somewhere. And I'm also seeing big news with the water or a dam. Everything I'm telling you will fall into place like a jigsaw puzzle. Then I'm seeing ZZ Ping's face in an event which could take you to the edge. But you need to understand whatever's being said is not in real time. Alright? So in a way, it is like a movie. And whatever will take place or is perceived that it's going to take place will not happen. Remember that. It's very important. Sorry, I can't always read your comments when I'm doing this. Sometimes when I've been off for a while, it just comes boom, 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 all the visions in, you know. Interesting. I'm getting the words glory, glory, hallelujah. Is that like the words to a song, isn't it? Glory, glory, hallelujah. And I'm also getting the song, I don't know if it was U2 sung it. Everybody wants to rule the world. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Tears for Fears. Bloody hell, you too. What am I like? I'm getting that. Everybody wants to rule the world. And it's so true. And that's where we're at the moment. It's them all coming together. It's them all coming together and they're at loggerheads. I want to give you the 27th, the 26th, the 25th, the 23rd. The 10th, the 16th, the 6th, and the 7th. I know this is very random what I'm getting, but I want to say extraterrestrials are already here. They're already walking amongst us, which I've covered over the last couple of weeks. Is it the battle hymn of the Republic Union song during the US Civil War? Really? That's been massively covered up as well. What is she doing? Come here, little minx. Little panther girl. Everything's been covered up. So there's a lot of this to do with politics is we've been massively deceived, guys. I want to say we've been massively deceived. It's like, don't look over there, look over here. We need to look within, and when you look within and keep grounded, you see the bigger picture. But mass cover-ups to do with alien technology, it's going to start seeping in, and it's the puppet masters all fighting against each other for power, for ruling the world. It's really strange. It's something about Holland and something about banks. Everybody wants to rule the world. Could you come here, please? Warships in the sea. Oh God, I'm seeing some strange letters. Maui, TL, what does that mean? That's going to mean something. Maui, TL. Been a massive test for psychics, you know. You had everybody manoeuvring in on the truth community and they knew best. They knew best, but no, they don't know best. A lot of these people were put there as psyops to try to fuck with people's heads, really. Basically. We've all been here before. And I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but what I'm saying to you is when we see something, we've got to tell it. More trees. TC. TC. Now, I don't know if that's Tennessee. Trees, problems, trees. T, L, and C. These could be states. There could be places. Remember everything and it'll all fall into place there. This is so strange. I've never had this before where there's like
writing coming into the crystal ball tonight, guys. It's like really strange. Wait a second. It says, I love you. We are here for you. We are watching you. Your world is changing. Many will fall, many will rise. The hate, the pain, the hatred will become very extreme. We are the angels from the east, the south, the north, the west. We guard earth. It is written for great change on your planet. The tree of life was nearly broken. They had made it into two. We are now entering into new earth. The cordons are being put into place. This is channeling. The cordons are being put into place. Sometimes it does me good when I go quiet for a while and I go offline. And then I just get all this downloads. Do you know what I mean? They had intercepted with the natural resources of Earth. They have done this, and also intercepted with humanity's future. We are correcting you and helping you with the right timeline. We were not going to intercept, but you deserve to know the truth. It is a frequency that we will all feel and we will see with our own eyes. New Earth is a new understanding, and it comes from looking within. We are starting to become more telepathic, more connected to source. And when you get to that point, you have a repulse for politics, or you just don't want to know. It's like, you don't look at it like the politics are saving the future. It lies within us. We have gone wrong by putting it out there that they're the ones who could, it's only them can be in, or them can be in to change this planet, and it's not the case. We can do this. We have to do the change. So our system will fall. Well, I must say, ladies and gentlemen, we need to prep. You need to prep. Everything is going to go flatliner. I don't know what this means. This is quite coded. Everything is going to go flatliner. And upside down, chaotic. Don't worship anybody. Worship yourself. It comes within. It definitely comes within. There will be a massive divide in the United States of America, because many who claim they are spiritual, get this one, and I'm not saying this to trigger anybody, right? This is what they're giving me. Many who claim they are spiritual think that it's the only way forward is for Trump to get back in. The only way forward to save America is for Trump to get back in. I'm sorry that you feel that way, because you are going to be in for a shock. You will be in for a shock. This is a warning from the angelic realm that we need to take our power back tonight. We need to stop sending hatred out, as Walker Houghton says, from both sides of political sides. We need to stand as sovereign beings, and we need to refuse to get caught up in this. Many will take the Kool-Aid, and many will be shocked. As long as this situation is happening, it's not going to stop. And it's going to go on and on and on and on and on. And we need to stop looking at who's going to save it. Who's going to save it? Their policies is better than their policies. Their policies is better than their policies. They're in with the WF. They're in with this. They're this, they're that. We need to look within. The hatred and the greed is out of control, and it's about to spiral worse. We have experienced this before in another timeline. The fight will continue. He may not go to jail, but it will continue, yes. I've been given beautiful diamonds, a diamond. They're coming through as spheres and downloads for you all tonight. And this is to balance you all out, to give you clarification, to start seeing things from a different perspective. And this is for any side political. And this is not just for the US, this is for everybody in this forum, global. Once we start looking within, we can change. It's another light going on because we're not feeding into that loosh. I'm being shown tonight a lot of the different kings and queens from the dynasty of the Valley of the Kings. Ra's there as well. Nefertiti, Tutankhamun. Throughout history, we have had power and greed. You cannot change this off the planet. This is school. This is where we learn, we teach, we tell, but this is school. Do you know my little black cat's a shapeshifter? She's a little shapeshifter, isn't that so strange? I just thought I would tell you that. We have to take responsibility. But the whole political system across the board, and it's not just in the US, it's everywhere. It's the UK, it's Australia, it's everywhere. It's diseased. And it takes the power of the people to change it. Into the future, and I could be looking 100 years down the line here, mind guys. It's just that shown as future. And it looks very futuristic. There's no governments. There's no governments in that it's certain towns, not say even leaders, it's just people who help people. It's going to have a different system altogether. But there's a fairness across the world. Interesting what Wanda said, I'm getting tired of being here. So work at that. Part of ascension is that it's painful,
And what we've done over the last 2 to 3 years is we haven't looked within ourselves, and we need to start looking within ourselves instead of looking at the outside of it. Does that make sense? It's been a massive distraction for the spiritual side of what we need to be looking into. So you have to find your passion. You have to find what it is that you really... It could be anything. It doesn't have to be for a business. It doesn't have to be to make money. Just write your things down, what you're passionate about, and try to be around nature. We definitely need to look within. That's what we need to do. There's no winner in what's taking place in the US at the moment. There's no winner. We do not concede to this. You're in control of it. The power is within. There should be no more fighting. There should be no more divide. Only we can change it, not the politicians. Have you ever thought for once that we could be going through all of this and brought to the pinnacle point of no return to then think they've all played this part in their higher self to show us that we've got to look within us? It's like you've got to look at this from every angle. We can get along and love each other, but you can't change the way somebody is, but you can change how it affects you, and you can change yourself. So if everybody's changing themselves, that's how it works. People don't recognise the power within. They can't see it. Exactly. And that's the mess. And that's what I'm trying to say. There's a massive mess on this planet. So if there's a lot who will not look within, some people are going to take mass meltdowns when this all goes wrong in the US. This is a warning from angels tonight. I'm being given this. We have to take our control back tonight. I want you to see it all. Take your control back. Take your power back. Not to be triggered if bloody Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck is in the White House. It's about taking your control back and start living your life. Start what you should have been concentrating on in healing them old wounds. And if you're getting triggered by this, I'm hitting something. Mary, I like that. Pocahontas would be the best one to be in the White House. Totally agree. I call back all my powers right now, here and now. I love that, Joni. We need to all say that. You all need to say that in this forum tonight. Never mind what you believe in, who you believe in. I love you all. We're allowed to love who and hate who, but try not to hate. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's not the end of the world. It's only a fucking election. What's more important is your health, your mental well-being. What's more important? We are the children of Earth. I'm getting loads here. We are the children of Earth. We've come here to learn the hard way. It's a massive distraction. Where people have been fighting over politics and greed and who makes the most money
Because all of these people that you're fighting over are all rich and powerful people
who've done a lot of crimes. Don't put any of these people on pedestals. That is my motto tonight. It's only a fucking election.
Let me get a cup of coffee. I wish I had a beer tonight. I'm just the girl what talks to the wall, guys. I'm going to get back into this grind in a minute. It's breaking up friendships and marriages, exactly. All over stupid politics. How mental is that? And no, I haven't been smoking a pot. And the reason I'm talking about this, because this is what my whole channel was based on, wasn't it? But I've learned a lot through this. No one's perfect. Definitely no one's perfect. I had this dream that I woke up and I was in this place that I've seen. It's not very far away from me, just down the road. It's a garden centre, and friends had it. Well, actually, friends rented the bungalow on it. I've got the other friend. Well, it's acquaintance, I know. He's called Mick. He's got it, and he's trying to sell it for £1 million. And it was an old garden centre, and it's got like a place. It's got a cattery at the back, which I believe a woman runs the cattery. It's got a place to put like animals on, you know, like billy goats and things like that. Used to have an animal corner. It's got geese running around and everything like that, and it's got a cafe in it, a few different properties on it, and a shop on there, and a beautiful bungalow. It's a gated area, and it's got a healing yurt. My friends Sue and Jane used to, Jane follows us actually. I don't know if she's watching tonight. They used to rent the bungalow on Mick's place. They're not there now. And I had a dream the other night that I woke up and I had this place. And I was inviting you all over, and we were having healing weekends, and the healing yurt's amazing. I've actually done courses in there. I've done a lot of healing courses in that place. And when you go in, you feel really empowered. You feel like you're aligned. It's like going into a great big pyramid. Centered and amazing. And that would be my ideal thing, you know, to grow my vegetables, have all my geese running around and my hens, and be self-sufficient and create jobs on this place and have it as healing weekends and do amazing vlogs in this healing yurt and have shaman weekends, you know, all this type of thing. And I woke up, I was in this dream, and I seen that I was there. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I had this dream that I was there. Okay. And it was 2026. And I picked up the paper. Not that we buy papers much, but we do still get newspapers. I picked up the paper and it said January 2026. And it said in the newspaper that everything had crashed in the US. Elon Musk was very much in the limelight, and he was doing something outwardly to do with space with another few different people. But But these two men that you are fighting for weren't in the picture. Weren't in the picture. What I'm saying to you is that sometimes my dreams of visions are like prophetic, like sort of futuristic dreams. It could have just been that it was my inner thoughts, but I just thought I would share that with you. But it's as if we were recovering from some massive crash, and the world was cleaning up. The world was starting to rebuild itself again, and it was all about clean power. And schools were different. Schools were different. Everything was different. Everything was natural. People had more rights. And there was a galactic connection. You never know, do you? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll just carry on growing my vegetables. I don't hold. What I'm saying to you is what's got me through. I don't hold on to I wish dreams, if they happen, they happen. You've got to let it go like a catalogue order. But if it doesn't happen, it's not going to be the end of the world. I'll still grow my vegetables. I've got a roof over my house. I've still got a thriving business. And I'm grateful. But we can all have dreams. We can all have dreams. And by the way, this land comes with a lot of animals. A lot of animals. So, you never know. You never know. But like I say, it's not the end of the world. What's most important is my health, my kids' health, my mum and dad, the babies. Well, health is more important. Well, well-being is more important. I couldn't give two shits if I was living in the middle of a bloody farmer's field in a gypsy caravan, like my great nana did, as long as I've got my health and my wealth and my happiness. So my plan is, if the shit hits the fan, I hit the road like a jippo and I still need the cash in my hand. I'll be okay. But the question is, you need to ask yourself, will yous be okay? Don't have a meltdown about the outcome of something. Your outcome, your plan is the most important. Hello, little lady. She always comes in the areas when I'm talking about Trump. And she's purring. We have to be calm in a storm. Don't we? Because you would just come in the gypsy caravan with Mama, wouldn't you? Was Mummy right? We have to find out our own importance. What's most important is it could be Beirut out there. Long as you've got your health, you're fine. Because this underworld of stuff, what's happening, the trafficking, everything, it'll still be going on no matter who is in. It's going to take time to clear up.
yeah, they're very vocal, Trish. We need to have a plan and not get triggered when the going gets tough. That's what we need to understand. We need to... It will not be solved. The next person who gets into office, the angst is still going to be there.
Where am I? I think I'm stuck on end screen. Guys, I need to stop doing this astral travelling. I keep getting stuck in a cloud. But anyway, I'm stuck in my end screen. So don't forget, subscribe to my channel and press the bell for new updates. Us fairies, you know, we're always getting up to mischief. See you all soon. Bye now.